Right, so I like the trade. I think it makes them better. I'm not sure if it makes them a title contender, but I think it definitely puts them in the conversation, man.
I don't think it makes them an automatic title contender, but you know, like you said, they did lose a lot of picks, but they're always gonna like and out. But it did seem like a little bit much. But then if you look at it on the hindsight, Homie Bane is averaging more points than KCP and Anthony combined. You know what I mean? Like, and he shoots like 38, 39 from the 3-pointer, and that's what the Magic desperately needed. Like the Magic lost a lot of games because they shot like 15% from the three, like, and they shoot a lot of threes. They would, I remember one game I even went to last year, like shot like 38 3-pointers and made like 7 of them. Like that's terrible. It's terrible. So I think he's definitely terrible. It's terrible, but I think he's definitely going to be an automatic improvement. But to be a title contender, I think this is a move that they had to make, especially in the East right now, because it's going to be a little bit more open. Damian Lillard's out of season, so Bucks going to have to figure this shit out. The Celtics is losing Jason Tatum, so the Celtics going to have to figure it out. So, you know, they finished, what, I think 7th or 8th last year. This year, they might move up to 5th or 6th now. They can fight in a better position to put themselves in a better position in the playoffs to actually make a better run. I don't think it automatically says like, it doesn't.
I 98% agree with everything that Q just said, because does it move the needle for the Magic? For sure. All right, for sure it moves the needle, but does it make them a title contender? No. And I would also have to go to with Aaron on our comments. You can bring the comment back up. For what they gave up to get a Bane, they could have at least made a run. They could have made a run at Giannis if that's what if these are the type of deals you're gonna try to.
What's the premium? If you got 4 for Bridges, 4 or 5 for Bridges,
well, I mean, listen,
and you got 4 or 5 for them. What's the premium for Giannis though? Is that the market? They're setting the market. It looks like
the whole starting lineup.
It is. Well, again, if you're going to do that, what I'm saying, like, mind you, the Knicks overpaid. Yes. We all agree that the Knicks overpaid for Bridges. That's
in hindsight, yes. In hindsight,
personally, I'm not. I think we haven't seen yet. I think Bridge earns his weight in gold. Maybe this coming season, depending on how the Knicks recover. But that's a different discussion. But to Aaron's point and to what Q is saying, it's kind of like it moves the needle. But if you're going to Desmond Bane, who does improve your shooting, he doubles the percentage. He goes to 15 to 30 for sure, but it doesn't put them over the top. If it only takes you from 8 and puts you now at like 5, 6, 5 in the East, 5, 6.
All right, let's think about it, Rob. What do we got? Cleveland. You got Cleveland. They folded crazy.
All right, but let's just say all things considered, Cleveland hasn't lost anybody, didn't get injured. They just got eliminated in horrific fashion, right? But let's just say Cleveland's still Cleveland. They were number 1 this year, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's just say
Cleveland Pacers.
Cleveland. Yeah. You got to put the Pacers there because the Pacers are where they're at right now. Okay, yeah. Cleveland and Pacers. Knicks. Let's just say, of course, the Knicks, because they haven't shaken anything up yet, right?
Right.
Even with the fall off, you got to put the Celtics at 4.
I don't know. Right? That's where we part ways.
Even with the fall off,
with no Tatum.
With no Tatum, but let's just say they haven't lost White yet. We don't know who else they're going to lose. We don't know how that team is actually going to maneuver. But let's just say, all things considered, if it's Brown's show this year and they still have White or they figure certain things out, you got to put them at 4 or 5. Even if you don't want to put them at 4, who's at 4 then? If the Knicks,
I might put Orlando at 4
or Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit too.
Detroit.
I would say,
but it's like this. I'll give you that.
Okay,
they're all like sitting at that.
Boom. Yeah. So now we have 4 5, right? 4 5, and in Orlando, to me, maybe beats Detroit because we don't know what Detroit has done, right? So maybe they're ahead of Detroit. You got to remember, there's still, until Giannis is moved, if he's moved, Milwaukee's going to be a contender. Until we don't know what Philly's going to look like next year, but really. Let's not act like Philadelphia is not still Philadelphia, right? And this is why everybody's saying the East is wide open. That's why I say the East is wide open.
Philadelphia is still Philadelphia. I don't.
What I mean by that is the Eastern Conference is still going to be the Eastern Conference, which means these teams that I'm naming, there are no teams that are shooting up through the line. Like, you can't say, the Raptors are going to be X, Y, and Z. We don't know. They're going to be. They're still.
I don't think that they're even going to be I don't think it does anything for them at all. I think it's a net add. I think it's a net zero add.
That's a bit extreme. You don't think it's a bit extreme, Jay?
Yeah, you think it's a
You don't
wash?
think you think it's a wash?
I don't see.
Let me understand this, because maybe it's me. I'm a little fucked up, maybe. Let me understand.
A little fucked up, you know.
Did you not listen to anything, Q? Look what it does when they're shooting.
I mean, yeah, it gives them shooting, but I don't see them becoming anything more than what they already are. Like, I don't see them automatically launching anywhere. Wherever they finished last year is about where they're going to finish again. I don't see them as being anything special with the addition of Desmond Bain. You know what I'm saying? Bain's a good player. Bain will give him some spacing. Bain will give him some additional offense, but that offense was going to come from somewhere anyway. I don't think it's going to make them like it's not. They don't become that much of a threat based on the talent that they have. They have to make some other significant moves in order for them to be that special. They got the Wagner brothers. Yes, I agree. Those guys are special. I believe that
they got a budding superstar.
Yeah, Paulo is definitely doing his thing, and I think he's going to be better this year. But there's still a lot of flaws in his game that I don't know that he's going to be able to shake out. He absolutely does not have the handle that he believes he has, and he gets himself in a lot of trouble trying to go to the cup. As opposed to trying to be a slashing guard. He's not he's not a premier 3-point shooter like that. He can shoot, but he's not a premier 3-point shooter. I don't see them being anything more than what they were this year, which is a possible play-in, possible low, late round playoff team. But that's really it. I don't see that Desmond Bain makes them a playoff team. I mean, makes them a Super Bowl, a title contender, or I don't really see them moving much with that. I mean, again, it's a good little move. It's something to discuss.
I don't think you're giving Bain as much credit as
I think Bain is. Yeah. I absolutely. I
think Bain is tough, and I think given a chance, he's gonna give you more than 18. But listen, let's read this comment. Walter White, thank you for tapping in. Appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe, man. I'll take Austin Reeves over Desmond Bain. AR can be the primary ball handler for the Magic. What do you think of that, Jay?
I don't like that. That's I think we're giving Reeves a little too much credit as far as ball handling. Pause. I think Austin Reeves is a good scorer, but I don't think he's the guy that should be controlling the offense. That's not his game. He can absolutely shoot. He can go to the cup. But I think he works better when he doesn't have the pressure of having the basketball in his hands and having to control it. The reason why he works so well over there is because a lot of the attention is on LeBron. And then when Luka got there, it unlocked him because now he becomes the third option, and it just gives him the freedom and flexibility. Yeah, it gives him the freedom and flexibility to kind of do what he wants. If you put him in Orlando, I don't know that he gets that same attention. Now he becomes the number 2, and teams get to like kind of key in on him. I think it shuts down
the number 2.
Who's in front of him other than Paulo, as far as scoring? If you put Reeves over in Orlando,
I don't know. I'm not sure if he becomes a
number 2.
Who's number 2?
Maybe Suggs.
No, come on. No.
You started Reeves over Suggs? You started Reeves over Jalen Suggs?
Yes.
Okay.
We don't know what Suggs is going to look like.
We don't know what Reeves is going to look like.
I don't know. We just saw what Reeves looked like.
Jay, let me ask you this, because and you said you brought up a good point, and I wanted you to ask this because you said Bonjero. You think he's going to get good? We know he has faults in his game, but
he's still young though.
Not only is he young, homie missed half of the season last year, and they still ended in 8th place. Like what were they, 41-41? Like if he plays an additional 46 games or whatever, if he plays an additional 36 games, you don't tell me they get an additional at least 10 wins that puts them. They could have finished in like 5th or 6th place this year. With an addition to Bane, you don't think they could move up to like still contend in that same position? Like, you're just gonna call and be like, man, these niggas.
We're not giving credit for the defense either.
Yeah, that's what I was asking Jay. Like, I again, that's what I'm asking Jay. Like, they don't move the needle at all with that acquisition, like at all.
I think they remain where they are. I really don't see them becoming better than they're better on paper, but I don't see it translating to something. Like, I don't see that move putting them in a space where we're saying to ourselves, that might be the number 3, number 4 seed coming out of the East. I don't see that.
No, again, title contender, no. Which means they would have to be either 1, 2, or 3. I don't think they're a title contender, but I can't say that move didn't make them automatically better.
That moves the needle to me for sure.
That moves the needle. Yeah. I just don't think to the topic. They're not a title contender, but it is definitely a significant upgrade for KCB.
You watch Bane in Memphis. You was watching Bane. Bane could ball, son.
I know he can ball. I told you I like him. I think. But again, some of that was through necessity because Ja was out a lot, so he got a lot more shine than than we would have liked. Then not that we would like to see, but then he would have gotten under normal circumstances had Ja played as many games as he should have played. I don't know that. Again, we got to see it. Like on paper, it moves the needle because we're looking at overall skill set and probably stats. But I'm talking about overall totality of the team. I don't think that they go much further. I think they still they have a lot of other holes to fill. I think they need a true point guard, not necessarily.
Who's their guard? Suggs, that guy.
Suggs and it's going to be Suggs and Bane going to be in the backcourt, most likely. But yo.